Welcome to this first semi-final of the first month's tournament. Welcome to Ian, person who's been organizing this event and will be organizing it for the foreseeable future.
Hey, hi Alex. Thanks for having me. I'm really excited to watch these matches. It's super cool to be able to actually see some play instead of just organising everything for a change.
Exactly. We're very happy to have you here. It's going to be very interesting to see your point of view on all of this, having
Yeah, I
worked
mean,
so hard to make this happen.
I'll warn people now. My table tennis knowledge is certainly not where yours is, but I've played enough 11 that I have a clue what's going on.
Exactly. Okay, let's take a look. They're gonna start the match now.
So, what sort of things do you think we should be looking out for from these two players in terms of like their style? How do they play?
Exactly, good question. So, Aiphaton, for people that have already seen a couple of matches of him, maybe in the Val tournament, they know that he's a very controlling counter player. So he stays very calm, he takes a step back, and he just keeps returning everything. But he also has quite powerful attacks if he wants to. ALIASREK is yeah. Go ahead.
I was just going to say he's ranked number 2, so he's definitely doing something right?
Yeah. No, and he's ranked number 2 as well. I mean, he could be number 1. It all depends on how much time he spends in the game as well. He's a very, very, very solid player. And when it comes to ALIASREK, he's not a new player for a lot of us in the game because we've seen him around and we know he can beat a lot of high-level players. So he doesn't play that much, but he's a really, really solid player. And actually, he's much more of an attacker than Aiphaton is, so this can make for a very interesting match.
Yeah, nice. So we're going to see ALIASREK kind of trying to hit those winners and Aiphaton just kind of putting everything back on the table at him. And we're going to see some really good rallies, hopefully.
Yeah, I'm sure we will. Because even if you play your hardest against Aiphaton, he will start bringing back more balls than you expect. So that's always good for long points.
Nice. And he's just taken the first set in this first match, so advantage to him.
Yeah. So we're playing best out of 7, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, so best of 7 matches in the semi-finals and the later matches. So each match is a best of 3 sets, just because that's the way things are organised in the game. I think in the future we might see some changes to that, hopefully. Maybe best of 5 or even best of 7 sets to kind of closer match what happens in real life. But for now, we've got best of 3 sets and we'll play best of 7 matches out of those.
Yeah. No, it's an interesting format. It's a little bit different than real life, but and in the end, quite a bit longer. But it kind of mitigates the fact that there's no space to breathe almost, or like, I don't know. The fact that it's longer gives you a little bit more time as a better player maybe to come back, which is the reason why.
Yeah. I guess as well it's kind of segmented into more pieces, right? Because you're playing potentially as many as 7 matches. You know, even if you go 2 matches down at the start, there's still time to come back. There's a lot of room to manoeuvre, isn't there?
Yeah, exactly.
I guess as well, you don't have to go around picking up the balls in between each point, so it might feel like a longer match, but it probably finishes quicker, right?
Yeah, exactly. And like that's one of the issues in the game. It's not an issue with the game; it's an issue with people themselves. They just keep spawning balls and playing, and never taking time to breathe.
Yeah, no doubt. People get into a rhythm, and it's almost like they're kind of zoned out, right?
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, even in real life, when you're looking for the ball, or you have to go look for the ball, you can still be too fast. You know, just go to the table, serve right away, and not think about what you're doing. In here, it's very dangerous. All right.
Oh, and there we go. That's unfortunate. ALIASREK kind of just fouls that last serve to give Aiphaton the first match, so that's 1-0.
Exactly. As you said, though, there's time for a lot of setups in this kind of match, best of 7.
Oh, no doubt.
And ALIASREK, I mean, Aiphaton has to get used a little bit, maybe sometimes, to attackers' speed and spin, so he becomes better at blocking them. But full-on attackers like ALIASREK, they have to get into a groove of attacking and not missing too much. So once both of them reach that, anything can happen.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be really interesting to see how this pans out as they both sort of adjust to each other. That's something that, as a relative newcomer to table tennis, I kind of didn't realise how much there was that psychological side of the game and sort of adapting to your opponent's strengths and weaknesses. It's really interesting.
Yeah. yeah, in that way, it's like full on table tennis. Like there's it's not even a simulation. It's just what it is.
It's amazing. It's so
Yeah.
cool that we're playing a VR game where we're having to take into account the same factors that real players do.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, right. You can see they're still like kind of testing each other out, but you also see that Aifa is already returning a lot of the spin that ALIASREK is putting on it.
Yeah, it even seems like there's a few points where Artur is properly being able to get in some attacking positions. He's not just having to play control, he is getting some chances too.
Yeah, it feels like ALIASREK this set is trying to see, at least at the beginning, was trying to see how far he could get if he doesn't attack every ball. But now I think he realizes he needs to force it some way.
Yeah, a lot of net balls from ALIASREK in this set so far, right? He's going to be frustrated by that.
Yeah, always frustrating. It's a good attack.
Oh,
Good
nice.
follow-up, yeah. It's very important to stay on the ball against Aifa because it comes back way more than you expect. Because you could see after his big stroke, he was like kind of hanging there. But then he recovered quickly.
Yeah, for sure. He must be used to those shots not coming back from a lot of other players, but
exactly,
he's going to have to get used to it today.
Yeah, for sure. When it comes to athletic ability, though, with ALIASREK, he has he's one of the strongest players I think out there. He's a very
right, because he plays a bunch of other sport as well, right? He's a very athletic guy.
Exactly. Like I just looked at his player card, and it's amazing. Like he's reached some of the highest levels in maybe three or four sports. Table tennis being one of them. Thinking about it, there's always differences between countries, of course, but he might actually have had the highest personal record, like personal, how do you say it, position in all of the players of 11. I mean, in real life. So he just started playing when he was 17, and in like a couple of years, maybe maximum 3 years, he rose from like a beginner to playing quarterfinals in the national championships against Artur Winborn, which is just amazing. And then he didn't keep playing table tennis too much after that because he has so many other sports going on. But just that, just 3 years to get that level is just totally amazing.
Yeah, and that wasn't like a just a good run in one tournament, right? He was like top 10 in New Zealand for sure, right?
That's what I'm not entirely sure of. But I mean, he made it to the national championships twice, which is already not. I mean, in 3 years' time. So going from like starting in a basic league, going to the highest league in 3 years' time, and just alone is already amazing. But then being able to play national championships and getting to the quarterfinals, even just once, is amazing.
Yeah, incredible. There's hope for us all, perhaps.
Yeah.
While we were discussing that, he's actually taken the first set in the second match. So just showing Aiphaton that he has got stuff in the bag, that he can take sets off him. So that's going to be really important psychologically for ALIASREK, I think.
Yeah. I think psychologically he must be incredibly strong with playing sports at that high level. I imagine his mental game is one of the strongest parts of his game.
Yeah, I guess that's one of the most transferable skills between VR, real life, and multiple different sports, right?
Exactly. He says, he mentions eye-hand coordination a lot too, which must be amazing, of course. But
yeah, because I mean, just to talk about some of the other sports he plays, like he's a tennis player, he plays cricket at a high level, as well as some other things like rugby, and he does some weightlifting and sort of mixed martial arts and boxing and stuff. But yeah, a lot of hand-eye coordination sports in there, right?
Yeah. No, we've seen in the past as well that attacking players are a little bit at a disadvantage right now in the game because of tracking and they play with a little bit more risk, so there's more chance of something going slightly wrong and then they miss the point. But
he's got match point here though.
Yes, he does.
And he takes it. Awesome. Yeah. So that levels up the series with one match apiece.
Exactly. It's very impressive. because he really needs to play through Aifa. Aifa's not gonna give him sets, so he really needs to be attacking and not missing. So just the fact that he got this match out is a really good sign.
Yeah, again, it's so interesting to see the different matchups, and I'm sure we'll see it in the other semi-final and the other matches in this tournament. The kind of the way these different styles match up is so interesting. Just creates different matches. You know, the tactics as well as the strategy is really cool.
Yeah. I personally am looking forward to spectator and like team speak and all that stuff, so we can have a team there or a coach, and in between sets they can take a little bit more time and discuss with their coaches how they're gonna
that'd be very
keep
cool.
playing. Yeah,
I definitely look forward to the day where I can kind of just boot up the game and get a list of top players playing right now and just go watch a bunch of really high level table tennis like this.
exactly. Yeah, it's still different being in the same room and seeing it happen.
For sure.
I think ALIASREK is moving quite well, like creating a lot of space in the middle. Of course, it's still a hard position, but compared to other players, I see him really move well to get ready for his bigger forehands and stuff. He's not passive at all.
Yeah, I guess that's where that athleticism we were talking about comes in, right? He's able to just get himself across the table so quickly.
Yeah.
He's carving out a small lead in this first set of this third match. Pretty close though.
Yeah, but you can see also Aifa is just like he's letting him play, kind of like he's confident in his ability, but he's not forcing his attacks either. Like he stays with his control game, which is probably a good idea. Because even if ALIASREK is on a roll, holding out for best of 7 matches is not easy when you play that style.
Yeah, if you're relying on a good streak, having that streak last long enough to win a match like this is, you're asking a lot, right?
Exactly, yeah.
This is shaping up to be a real close set. Yeah, we're at 8 apiece now.
Aifa's been putting a lot more spin in his serves as well, it seems. Getting a lot of direct winners. Ooh. Yeah.
Ooh, just misses that high ball there.
Yeah, never easy
another one
in the
into
game.
the net.
Yeah. But it's a good sign of Aifa as well. Like it was kind of a reflex save. It's also nice to see that that's possible in the game, because you would imagine with tracking, maybe it doesn't really follow last minute reflexes, like last second reflexes, but it does quite well. Not perfectly, but it does it quite well.
Yeah, it seems like both players are starting to sort of settle in now. You can, to my eye anyway, I don't know what you think, Alex, but it seems like they're both looking a lot more comfortable. They're in a rhythm.
Yeah, I can still see Aifa like trying to control placement. So he maybe gives it deep to the forehand, which ALIASREK will see as an opportunity, but then Aifa's thinking like, but I'm going to block it back and he won't be in time. But ALIASREK is getting more into a groove, so his top spins are a little bit harder to block. He realizes he needs to brush them really well, and he's doing that. Also some risk involved, of course.
Yeah, this is it. We're still seeing quite a few go long and quite a few net balls from ALIASREK, but like you say, that's just part of the strategy, isn't it? He's got to go for those winners.
Exactly. So for a player like ALIASREK, like he can decide the whole game. Either it's on or it's off. Like he either makes the point or he misses.
Yeah.
So it's about percentages there. But this is what we're here for. Very good. Like ALIASREK going for his full out attacks, but Aifa still bringing them back, and that's when it becomes interesting.
That's it. We saw it a couple of points ago that once they do get into a rally, it starts to look really nice. There's just such good defense from Aiphaton, and if ALIASREK is hitting those big forehands and those massive backhands, then it's great to watch. Oh, look at that backhand across the court. Incredible. There we go. Aiphaton takes the first match. Sorry, takes the third match, I should say. So 2-1.
2-1, yes. No, it's a very interesting match, as you said. Like the matchup is almost perfect. A good, confident attacker. He's not doubtful. He doesn't start complaining about missing too many strokes. ALIASREK, that is. And then Aifa, like always solid and calm, like he always is, or at least seems. It's a very interesting matchup.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, I know we've talked a lot about ALIASREK, but it really is incredible the rise he's been on recently to make it to this semi-final, and the climb he's been on in terms of the rankings. You know, he came into this tournament unseeded, outside of the top 32, but he's gained over 200 ELO points in this tournament alone since we started. So he's really punching above his weight, and I think is one to watch. I think he's going to continue climbing those rankings for quite some time.
I think whenever he plays a tournament, you're gonna see him go up. I don't think he's out for ELO. He just really likes the competitive nature of it. So I think tournaments are perfect for him.
Absolutely. So it looks like they're just about to having a little chat about something, but it looks like they're about to start this fourth match. See whether they make any adjustments from the previous matches.
Yeah, talking about Aifa, of course, he's a very solid player. Still plays in Germany, but he plays back in his old club at a way lower level than he used to play. But you can see, of course, that he's a very solid real life player as well. And it's not because you play a little bit lower that all your skills are gone. So it actually might make him even more dangerous in this game, because he's at a point where he's playing more for fun, plays more relaxed, and he's not too stressed.
Yeah, I can definitely imagine that being an advantage. You can just really let loose, just be creative, just play what feels right, not worry about the result so much.
Yeah, just enjoying the game. I mean, really big players that stay in the game for a long time in real life, like Reusner and Timo Boll, they've expressed the same thing. Like they just play because they love the game, and they've always protected that part of it. So that's depending on what player you are, of course, but it's very important. And it breeds very, very, very solid players. People that can just really enjoy playing and being respectful to other players and trying to be better.
Yeah, for sure. It seems common across a lot of sports, right? That a lot of people at the top have that same attitude of, they'd be playing the game whether they could, do it at a high level or not, because they just enjoy it.
Exactly. But like in table tennis, sometimes I've had this feeling that at the highest level, like arrogance is a little bit less of a thing than in some other sports. Some other sports, like the big players, they're really like they pull themselves up also by proclaiming themselves as being the best and stuff. And in table tennis, there's a lot of humble, high-level players actually.
Yeah, that's really good to see. That's what you want to see in a competitive environment, is that mutual respect.
Yeah.
I definitely agree. That's what I see, certainly from my exposure to 11 as a game. I've not got much real-life table tennis experience, but yeah, it sounds like it's a similar kind of demographic.
Yeah. Most players in the top 10, top 20 are just looking for good matches. Like they really want to play each other at their highest level.
For sure. Which is great for us as spectators. We get to watch these awesome shots.
Yeah. So yeah, ALIASREK is crawling his way back. Like he's 2-1 behind in matches, but he already has the first set of this last match.
Yep, he's starting to cultivate a small lead here early in this set, so he's going to be looking to close this out without having to play a third set, hopefully, from his perspective.
And he's trying to force Aifa to attack a little bit as well. He's going for a mixture of techniques, which is harder to comment on because you didn't know what it's going to do. But now all this pushing, you see? He noticed that Aifa is a bit scared of opening up, so he's like, I'm going to wait for the perfect ball.
That point was fantastic. I mean, ALIASREK, like you say, just pushed 7, 8, 9 shots in a row, and then just took an opportunity, opened up on the forehand, and just finished it. It was great.
Yeah, but you notice Aifa, when he's really, really calm and collected, he would be attacking those balls too. But he didn't want to take any risks, so yeah, interesting.
Yeah, a couple of points ago, I think I saw a very slight sign of some frustration from Aiphaton as well, sort of looking to the sky, a kind of almost shrugging gesture. Maybe he's
maybe he realizes
the pressure.
Exactly. Maybe he realizes that he's letting him play too much. Maybe. So we'll probably see in the next match Aiphaton trying to put a bit more pressure and speed into the game.
Yep, and ALIASREK has taken that one down, so we're back to 2 apiece, level pegging. It's a real back and forth. This is awesome to watch.
Yeah, I mean, even when you play players that are maybe a little bit lower level, sometimes you can't hold back. And I had a feeling like Aiphaton was holding back a little bit too much, and he noticed. And ALIASREK, like when you give him an opportunity, he's gonna take it. So that's a whole match that he took. Just when Aiphaton was holding back a little bit, and coming back from holding back is not that easy. Like in the same match, just getting into your rhythm again. So yeah, let's see how he does that this next match, if he manages to restore what he was doing before, being a little bit more active, putting a little bit more pressure on ALIASREK, so he misses. The reason why tell me.
Sorry, this 5th set is going to be really crucial as well, because it's going to put one of them within one match of winning and moving on to the final. So whoever wins this is going to be at a pretty big psychological advantage, I would suggest.
Yeah, I mean, it's a perfect set. The last one is a perfect match for ALIASREK to win. To keep Aiphaton on his toes and to keep the pressure on him too. Because if he had that last one, 3-1, 2-1, like it's a lot harder.
Definitely.
Yeah. So of course Aiphaton is still pushing some of the balls. If he can get 3 points, he's gonna take him, of course. A little bit of luck in this one. Well, not just luck, of course.
We'll all take the luck when it comes. I know I do.
Yeah, it's a big part of the game. Like it's a mixture between skill and luck always, in a way. I have a feeling Aiphaton is trying to take a step back from the table, so he's better prepared for ALIASREK's attacks. So he's still counting on the counter and not really going for the attacks. It's working out for now. Okay, still in the game without having to take too many risks.
Yeah, like you say, it definitely seems like Aiphaton is the one letting ALIASREK play the game, and he's just kind of reacting to what he's given.
Yeah, but you see how, like, exactly, that's normally his game as well, but you see how powerful it is, because even now he misses some pushes, but he's still right next to ALIASREK. He's not far off.
Yeah.
So if he can just make ALIASREK doubt a couple more of his strokes, he can be right in there. That's very solid, like no doubts. It's very nice.
So a few set points here for ALIASREK. He can finish this off.
Yeah.
It's come all the way back to 10-9. That never feels good.
No, that was a netball, I imagine. Ooh.
Oh, all the way back to 10s.
Yeah. It's like playing really well, but then just at the end, there's a little bit more pressure, like a little bit more tension in your wrist maybe, and up it goes long. That's the most difficult part of playing the attacking style that ALIASREK has. Like, any mental issues you might have, it is shown in your body as well, and then your strokes are less exact, so it's very hard.
This is going to be a huge set to win for whichever one of them manages it.
Yeah. I have a feeling if ALIASREK is the one that loses it, he will be doubly motivated to get the next one. He really seems to have a good mindset.
Yeah, I mean, he was up, 10-5? And then I just came back like 6-7 points in a row.
Yeah, but he keeps playing. Like, he's still there. He's still going for it. He was a little bit more tense around 10-10. But now he's played a couple of really nice points since then. Toss was too low. Oh, double fault.
Oh,
on the
was it a
serve.
fault?
Yeah.
Ouch.
Ouch.
Oh, that's a terrible way to lose that.
Yeah.
Like you say, it'd be interesting to see how he reacts now. You know, you hope he'll come back with kind of doubled energy and determination to take this set.
Yeah, I can see he's trying to center himself. Yeah. You can also see like he's not bothered too much by getting 3-0 behind, which is, I mean, it can always happen. Like it can seem like a lot, but he seems to be okay with it. It's also the thing, if you're counting on your own attacks to land, to make your points, missing 3 in a row doesn't matter if you make the next 6, you know.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, it's more in your hands, right? If you're playing the more attacking style, it's in your control. You can make
Exactly.
it happen.
The danger there is that you stop attacking, and then yeah, you lose control.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we all know that Aiphaton will be there to pounce if ALIASREK lets up even a little bit.
Exactly. Yeah, I think ALIASREK right now could have used like the 1 minute between sets that you get in real life to gather his thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling he might just lose this match because of the speed of the game. Yeah,
Just a miscue there. I don't know whether that was tracking or just a straight up miss, but
I think it was a miss, but you could see his reaction after as well. Like he's I think he realizes he's going too fast and he needs to get back into the game. Yeah, it's the rhythm that someone like other players can put on the game, like serve, return, and then before you know it, you're just playing their game.
yeah.
Ooh.
Oof. Timely edge ball there.
Yeah. Ooh. Going for the
It might be
placement.
ALIASREK's turn for a comeback after losing that last set to a big comeback.
Very nice, very solid.
Oh my word. Can you do it? This is awesome.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, you saw he went for like body movement to get that last one. Yeah, this is amazing.
This is going to be huge if he can pull this back, because he looked like,
He
oh
did.
wow, he's done it.
He did.
Aiphaton goes long. And
Amazing.
look, that's what's great to see. Aifa is applauding that. Like, he recognizes that and respects what that took.
Yeah, because it was all good play from ALIASREK. It was not like Aifa was letting up this time. No, he was just playing like normal, and ALIASREK was just going for it. It's an amazing way to make a comeback.
It was just really like a set of two halves, wasn't it? It was, there was domination in the first half, and then it just flipped. And yeah, ALIASREK just took control in the second half of that set. Amazing.
Yeah. You saw the moment that he just took a breather for a second. It seemed like he kind of found his, his balance again. That makes you think, of course, like what's going on in Aifa's head, because it was clear on ALIASREK's side, but yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, Aifa must have felt great after pulling that first set back, but now it's going to psychologically feel like that effort's kind of not wasted, but it's been negated, right? You're kind of starting again, which is demoralizing.
Exactly. But like now, the hard part for Aifa, I think in this case, is like his strength is in counter and staying calm and playing control. So the hard part there is that he needs to keep playing like that. So while ALIASREK has to keep attacking, even if he misses a couple, Aifa needs to stay solid, even if ALIASREK has a streak of good points. And of course, he might try to add a little bit more speed, and he might think a little bit more about placement to make it difficult for ALIASREK to be so solid. But in the end, like he can't choose to start forcing it, because ALIASREK will be better at that.
Yeah, this is an absolutely huge set now. If Aifa takes this, then it's a long road back for ALIASREK. Then he's got to win the last 2 matches to take it down.
Yeah. Aifa has a really good forehand topspin, like with a lot of spin. Like he doesn't always use it, but when he does, it's quite slow, so it's not easy to block. But he's not. There we go. Yeah.
Oh, here it is.
All right.
So 3-2 to Aifa, and he just needs one more match to move on to the final.
Yeah. No, Aifa's like, it's not flashy, you know. It's just solid. Like he's there, he's playing his game, and you can have like a really good set and play amazing table tennis like ALIASREK did. The way he came back. But then you still have to do the whole next set, and you have to play the same. Just have to keep going because Aifa's still there. Like it's very hard to bring his average table tennis down. So ALIASREK maybe has like, he can play very high table tennis, higher than Aifa, but his average level might be slightly lower. So it's like that's what brings him close. If he could play like 100% all the time, he would probably win easily against Aifa. But it's not that easy for an attacker.
Yeah, that's, I think, for anyone, right? Easier said than done to just be like, yeah, I'll just play my A game 100% all the time.
Exactly, but that's basically what Aiphaton does in a way. Like he decides to have his A game be a little bit slower, but then have a higher percentage of reaching that level every time.
Yeah, he's trading off some of the peaks for a bit more consistency.
Exactly. It's not like he's a defensive player per se. Like he's still there to make the attacks. Yeah, like that one. Just a little bit more spinny than you expect. That's enough. And a lot less risk for Aiphaton when he does that one than the attacks from ALIASREK. They're way more forward.
And I guess for people who aren't super familiar with some of the ins and outs of table tennis, kind of that's sort of the distinction, is it, between a purely defensive player and a control player? You know, a defensive player we'd just be seeing, you know, chop after chop or just block and block, whereas control, it's more about finding the right spot to start an attack. Is that fairly accurate?
I would say so. And in the case of Aiphaton, he's not just control, he's also like mostly a counter player, right? So he's not just looking for the opportunity, he also uses his opponent's speed and spin when he gets the chance. Now against ALIASREK, it's not always easy, but when he attacks and Aifa can make it, he can return it very fast because of ALIASREK's quality of strokes.
Gotcha. So there's that counter element as well. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Some really nice rallies here. Some, you know, forehand to forehand topspin rallies look really nice.
Ooh.
Does that go round?
Almost, yeah. But Aifa is like the perfect player as well to block stuff that you'd never expect to come back. We've seen a couple of those though. Like it doesn't always look it, but to ALIASREK it might have been like, what happened? How did that come back?
Oh, okay. Didn't work out in his favour in the end, but ALIASREK got the little net touch there. Looked like it was going to win him the point for a second.
Alright, good flick. Yeah.
Nice.
So you can see Aifa is also moving. Eh? He really stepped in for that one quite well.
Yeah, he knows he's got to stay on his toes because he can't be caught napping against ALIASREK.
He almost got that.
Turn around at any point.
Yeah. But you saw there that he went out of balance to try to reach that one. So ALIASREK for that ball would probably be moving his feet right away and get there. But Aifa was just, I'm going to try like this and see if he goes back.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I guess Aifa is... Hopefully he's not being distracted by it, but he must see that the finish line's in sight. You know, he's up a set in what could be the final match. If he can win this set, it's all over.
Exactly.
Sometimes that just adds pressure, right? It just makes it more difficult to close.
Or the other way around. I think Aifa is a very respectful player and he really likes to see good table tennis. So I think sometimes he just lets up a little bit when he's ahead because he wants to see more of what you can do.
Yeah,
which of course
he's enjoying the game. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, like he claps now as well. It's like, ooh, amazing forehand. I want to see more of those. And then he wants to return those as well. But of course it's easier if he would just try to go for placement and finish the point. But yeah, he has a mixture of that, just trying to play table tennis at its best, maybe not as its most efficient.
Absolutely. I mean, Aifa is one of the absolute best sports people when it comes to, you know, etiquette and all that kind of stuff and respect for the other players. Like it's such a cliche, but he really does just want to see great games. He doesn't care if he wins or loses. He knows that he'll get what he deserves. Like, if he plays well enough, he'll win. If he doesn't, he won't. He just wants to see great matches.
That's true. That's true.
Oh, and there we go. So ALIASREK's leveled it up. Still just one set needed for Aiphaton to move on to the final, but
Like,
ALIASREK is keeping the pressure on.
That just happened so fast. I barely noticed because I was listening to what you were saying. It's like, up. So that's how fast
That is
it
one
can
of the
go.
that is one of the other things about VR table tennis compared to real life, right? And imagine commentators in real life. You get those nice little 10, 15-second breaks between points. We get like 2 seconds tops.
Exactly. Like in real life, they usually talk in between points mostly, right?
Exactly.
When they're looking for the ball, and then when the ball's moving, they just stop talking, which is a luxury that we don't have.
That's it. The commentary would be pretty minimal if we didn't talk while they were hitting.
Exactly. We'd have to plan in like breaks after every point.
Yeah. Again, a tiny bit of frustration there, maybe from Ifa.
Yeah.
He can see this one maybe slipping away from him, and that's
Exactly
not what he wants.
I think, but that, like, he would have to confirm or not confirm this himself. But I think Ifa, when he lets up a little bit and then he gets behind, like, that's the most frustrating thing. I have that happen sometimes as well. That you're like, you just create some space because you're enjoying the match, and then you have trouble getting back into it. That's what makes you shake your head when you miss.
I guess it's the worst because you know you've done it to yourself, right? You've got
way,
no one else to blame. Like, you did that. But he's coming back now. This is still close. Could be the final match, the final set.
Yeah. Whatever Ifa does, he's never out of the game. That's for sure. Ooh, good attack.
That was a great rally.
Yeah.
Oh, what a rally on match point there. ALIASREK's still got two more. One more, sorry. No, two more. I can't count. It's too exciting.
Yeah, exactly. Ooh.
Oh, and he finishes it. Wow. So we're going to go to a final match.
Exactly.
That's incredible.
Yeah, this is a really, really good match. I've seen a lot of matches, also finals and stuff, but I really like this one. Like, ALIASREK, the way he attacks, it's very, very nice to watch. And Ifa still holding out and making it hard for him. And even more than making it hard for him, he's like on equal terms at least. It's very, very impressive.
It's important to understand as well, like, despite the fact that, we've talked a lot about how good ALIASREK is and how he's risen up and stuff, his record against Aiphaton is not stellar. Like, they've not played many ranked matches before today, but including unranked matches, it's like 44-6 in favour of Aiphaton going into today. So it's incredible that ALIASREK is holding him and taking this to a 7th match is a great achievement.
Yeah. At the same time, though, I have a feeling like ALIASREK and Aiphaton in that way are a little bit similar. So when they just play each other outside of a tournament setting, they're really playing. But then when they're in tournament setting, I think some stuff activates that makes it totally different.
There's certainly been something activating in ALIASREK in this tournament. He's torn it apart. He's definitely going to be seeded a lot higher in May than he was in April.
Yeah, rightfully so. We noticed right away when he came into the Discord as well that he had a lot of very good insights and a lot of good stuff to say as well.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of people on the Discord with so much table tennis experience. I know that I've learned a lot as someone who hasn't really played in real life a lot. It's amazing to hear some of those guys with the experience of playing in real life and all of the things that come with that. It's super interesting to read. So yeah, if you're not on the Discord, get over there. It's awesome.
Yeah. Also thinking that ALIASREK is a personal trainer or has been a personal trainer as well in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes to like mental fortitude and all that stuff and getting himself to his max level, I think he has quite some advantage there. A lot of experience in making that happen.
Well, this set has been very one-sided. That is 11-1 to ALIASREK there.
Yeah, in a way it's not surprising. Like, his game, if it works, it works. Yep. So let's see what Ifa can do. yeah, slow spinning loops is probably a good basis. But until now, he's just maybe done 2 or 3 a set. So I don't know if he's gonna manage to do more. Another one, yeah. Now we're just starting to get lost in the game.
Yeah, I just realised we hadn't said anything for like 3 points, but it's just it's mesmerising. When these guys get into a rally, there was like a really nice exchange of backhands a few points ago, and it was just almost hypnotising.
Yeah, you can clearly see that sometimes pushing is not a bad option for either of them, which you would expect not to be. But like if you attack and then he comes back twice as fast.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh wow, that's a grim net bounce. I know the net in 11 is kind of solid, right? It doesn't really have any give like you would in a real net. I feel like that one would have come back onto Aipha's side in real life.
Actually, yeah, but in most cases, actually, in real life, the ball would come closer to the net, but still be in. So actually, it would be harder than this.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, I guess there's more rebound, right? There's more energy preserved in the
exactly.
contact. Yeah, so
and it's more predictable as well what happens to the spin, because it's always the same. We're getting very close to this final of this set. Maybe the final of the match.
Exactly. If ALIASREK can win 2 more points before Aipha does, then we go to the final. But he's lost that one 9-8 to Aipha.
Let's see if Aipha manages to attack while under pressure, or if he's just gonna roll this out. I think he's gonna roll through it. Ooh, he tried.
Ooh, he went for that. He wanted to finish it.
Yeah.
There it is.
You can
wow,
see it,
so we're going down to the final set in the final match. This is so great.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, but you can see, like, Aipha, like, he's got all those spinny strokes still there. Like, if he activates a lot of them a little bit sooner, like, either ALIASREK has to stop attacking right away because he's missing them, or he has to adapt his attack. Yeah, he's not really ready for the spin that Aipha's putting.
Yeah, it really feels like this final set is going to be so much a mind game and that tactical battle of shot selection, isn't it?
Yeah. About the net, by the way, like if I remember correctly, ITTF has been wanting to put a steel cable in the real table tennis nets, just to have something similar to this, so it's more predictable and so the point doesn't finish right away because it's easier to get to net balls, or because when you play the net you just miss. But that's a shorter point, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, in the last set, the last match, and it's very equal still.
Amazing. What a semi-final for the neutrals. I mean, for me, just watching, I've got no horse in the race. I just want to see good table tennis, and this is totally delivered on that.
Honestly, Aipha and ALIASREK, they want to win, but they don't have a real horses in the race either. I think they will be happy to play a good match and see, like, that's what you want most of the time. Like, you don't mind losing. Most players don't mind losing that much, but they really want to have played their best.
Yeah.
Which, of course, is always a bit difficult. You're never going to play 100%. Aipha is getting a really serious lead on this one, though.
Yeah, this is...
Good attack.
Oh, great attack by ALIASREK.
Yeah.
So even at 7-3, he's not going to give up.
Good placement, though. Yeah. Just a little bit slower, more spinny. Yeah, it's very difficult, those shots from Aipha.
Oh, nice attack from ALIASREK there. Oh, he's fighting back. He's fighting back as hard as he can. This is incredible. Oh, just pushes that one long, and we've got match point.
Let's see if he can pull it off again. Come back.
Oh, just gets a net.
Oh, he got it.
Oh, it fell in? Oh, wow.
I guess, yeah. I guess maybe that's the example of, like, very edge balls.
Oh, there it is, though. The next point, he catches the net again.
What a game. What a game. Thank you very much.
Ryan, are you crazy or what?
And the winner, but unanimous decision, Maik, Aiphaton Reusner! Congratulations, bro.
Oh, thank you.
Well played, Ali. Well played. Such an
Yeah,
intense game.
Top game, mate. I thought
Oh,
there was one game where I lost 16-14, I think, and it was unlucky. But mate, I am so happy with the way I played. You played far too strong. Your counters now on my loops are pretty impressive.
yeah. I have to stay so close to the table to block your top spins, but they are so fast that I can't. I don't know where it comes. You can place backhand, forehand, fast.
But look, guess what? At the end of the day, mate, is if I got a game off you, a match, I'm stoked. I'm really happy about my play. I don't mind if I would have won or lost. I would have felt the same because I played some really good table tennis, some crap table tennis, but some really good table tennis too. And you always bring that sort of game out of me. And it makes me motivated to say, spend more time in it because you have fantastic games. I really do. I love playing with you, mate.
Thank you so much. Your
Get
three.
out of here. Hey, good luck for the final.
Yeah, thank you. But your 3 top spins in a row when I block your top spins, it's absolute crazy.
Yeah, but you got them.
Just 2, and it's a threat I don't get.
Yeah. All right, mate. I'm going to have myself a drink and celebrate your win.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, good luck for the final and good luck for you, Ali, for your third place match.
All right, mate. Later.
Yeah.
Cheers,
Bye-bye.
mate. Bye.
Cheers. Bye.
Ah la 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 la, that was crazy. How did you manage to block some of these balls like this?
I don't know. I don't know.
All right, so yeah, that was impressive.
Just amazing, and like the sportsmanship at the end as well. That conversation between the two of them just sums up everything we've been saying about them both. Just truly great competitors, but great sports people as well.
If you just think about the fact that we were watching just two heads float in space with arms, with like controller and 2 pedals, and that we were talking about how respectful they are to each other, and it all kind of matches. It's just crazy how much you can see in this game with getting so little information. It blows my mind.
No doubt. I mean, I know that we're biased because we love this game, but I really do just think the way in which 11 is narrowing that gap between VR and real life is just absurd. I mean, I saw points where, the point finished and you'd see one of the players, bat the ball back to the other and they'd catch it in there. You don't need to do that in VR. You can just let it go and spawn another ball, but they felt like they were playing a real game of table tennis. So they were passing the ball back to each other to serve. It's just incredible.
Yeah. All right, good. So I will see you back for the other semifinals, and then we'll leave this one with this. So I hope everybody watches the rest of the finals too, and see you then.
Bye.
Bye.